just letting you know, we started the Budget and Finance Committee meeting on November, or what are we on?
30th.
November 30th.
Yeah.
Those in the room that want to speak, maybe identify yourself.
I don't want to
If
say.
we don't, yeah.
Cheryl Fresco, OMB.
Thank you. Elby Bird Jackson.
Bill Starr.
Patrick Flynn.
Thanks. Pretty informal today. I think the idea was just to sort of package these so that we have an organized way to put them in front of the members. The idea was to weed out any sort of duplicity and also duplication, duplicity, as well as clarify any amounts
I'm good.
that may be challenging from a funding source. And I don't think that there is any of those challenges. Debbie wants to use budget reserves, and I assume she means out of fund balance. Do you have a comment about that?
Well, I assume that's what, well, I mean,
Doesn't a
it's
fund
all
balance
taxes. It's-
doesn't a fund balance have to exist to do it?
We're gonna have excess money in the Assembly's budget because
Sure.
there's 2 vacant positions that authorized but vacant that have been vacant all year long. So
Yeah.
I assume that that's what Debbie's
Maybe
thinking
so.
is, you know, from
And
the
I haven't
Assembly's.
used any of my money, so
Yeah.
there's that, but I don't know if that's a kosher funding source. Cheryl, to move on an amendment?
Well, it ends up, the way I think of it is we have this summary in the back of the budget.
I see.
And you talk about the fund sources, it's either non-property tax revenues, IGCs, fund balance, or property taxes. So if you think of those as the 4 choices of funding sources.
Operating
fund
budget,
balance.
yeah, operating budget reserves wasn't in one of those choices, though, so should this wording say fund balance?
It's really property taxes.
Should it say property taxes?
Well, I think that's what all of these are.
The reason she's saying that is because everything that's not spent this year goes into fund balance.
I know the concept, I'm just trying to clarify it so that the night of the moving, we don't argue this point.
Right.
But fund balance will end up above the prescribed minimum
Right.
maximums.
Right, which
correct?
we'll know in April, when we do first quarter budget reserves.
But that's our
So to the
expectation.
degree that the fund balance that's identified in April is available to offset property taxes and the costs
Right.
associated, that's that shift we can make then.
Yeah.
Or,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just
Yeah.
one really quick comment.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not speaking for Debbie, but I'm pretty sure that that's what she means because she knows that she should know that we're gonna have some excess funds in the Assembly's budget. So it's probably a fund balance, and I think we can safely say that $7,000 as a fund balance funding source is not gonna be an issue.
She's got more than that.
yeah, I'm sorry, I was speaking to like the police department's
Yeah,
clerk.
she's
Oh, I
got-
can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Ernie-
for those bigger ones,
Oh,
not
We
the
were on
fund balance.
page
Yeah.
4, we're talking about Debbie
Oh, okay.
Osiander's funding source for that. What the comments you missed was
Oh.
today's meeting isn't to really debate the merits of any of these, it's just to package them for discussion and well organization for the Tuesday's meeting. This will be uploaded this afternoon, whatever we agree to put up on that, and Elby, I appreciate your opinion on uploading it just to the webpage. I'm not gonna move them any sort of AM, I think they'd be moved. Last year, we sort of just put a packet together, numbered them, and
Yeah, I'd like some time to fix mine before they're
Okay.
uploaded, and I'll do that sometime tonight.
okay, can you stay around for a second, Barbara? We got a few changes, if you want to use your copy, here you go. Okay, so Ernie, comments on Debbie's funding source based on what Cheryl said, which you missed that as well. Where she's got is the operating budget reserves, that's technically not a funding source. Fund balance potentially could be a funding source for property taxes, is what we need to clarify there, so we're all on the same page.
So that's on the
So
record.
fundamentally, all out of fund balance, but fundamentally all have an effect on property taxes. Because the fund balance excess will go into our operating budget revenues, which therefore will not offset property taxes as much as they would if we spent some more cash.
Right.
All right, I want to debate that. Let's come back to it just for a second here. Let's start with the first one, just to keep organized. And then what I thought we'd do is have Barbara number these so that we can reference them Amendment 1. And I don't see any problem. Patrick, do you want to move these all in a row, or you want to take a break from them?
I'm fine.
What we did last year was we sort of organized them by department, so we didn't jump from parks back to APD, back to parks.
Doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't seem to be that there isn't any overlap.
We have a little overlap, there's a library amendment later in the packet, it's not right behind mine, I think.
Okay.
So you might want to.
Why don't we move that one back?
I
So-
grouped them by person.
And that's perfect, that's fine.
So-
Well, we'll give Patrick a break after, let's get to this one thing at a time here. So let's move Public Works Amendment number 1, Barbara.
And that's a placeholder, Matt Barber, I'm still waiting from Ron Thompson on an actual
Oh,
final.
so we need a new sheet?
No, it can stay.
Public Works.
So
Oh, this one, okay, so
amend-
this is number
Amendment
one.
1, just load them up in the packet, and then we'll move them Monday or Tuesday night as that. So number 1 moves, let's talk about number 2 will be amendment number 2 for Parks and Rec.
And LV, you said you wanted to do a different Parks and Recs one?
Right, I want to reinstate those two gentlemen who were.
So give her a
changed.
form and we'll placehold.
Oh, okay. I'll work on
That was a reclassification, right?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and so that, amendment 2 for Patrick's, number 3 will be LV's Parks and Rec to be determined.
Mm-hmm, thank you.
And then deeper in your packet, pull up the library one.
Whose library? Patrick's or
LV's.
Public's? Okay.
LV Dickens experience.
Yeah, so,
And actually, Bill, if you don't mind, why don't we put this library one first?
Yes.
And if it passes, I'll probably just.
I think so,
let mine
that's
go.
what I was gonna do. So number, this one, number 4, LV's
Oh,
is
it's
number
number
4.
four, okay.
We'll have to remove that one first. Put Patrick's in as number 5. And do Debbie's as number 6.
WCAPD?
Uh-huh. Back to that question then, Cheryl, on number 6. Do you want to change that to property taxes as a funding source? Okay. Yeah.
So Patrick, are these all gonna be property tax?
I already said that. So like, I have to put Bill the first one for tax increment, yes.
You said tax increment, but it's just for property tax for all of them? Okay.
Tax increment's correct, but
Bill, start back up. You lost me someplace here. I've got Patrick's first one, Public Works, number 1, then Parks and Rec, number 2, LV, Parks and
Library,
Rec,
number
number 3. Okay. And then the library, Patrick's library is,
No.
LV Dick and Harriet's library is number 4.
okay, so
That's in the back.
those are at the back. That's going to be number 4.
it's 126,000.
Got it.
So number 5 then is Patrick's library.
50,000.
Number 5. Okay.
Number 6 is Debbie's APD. With the correction to the funding source.
I had that.
You already did it.
Did I already do it?
No. Number 6.
I know, I just had it here. Oh, we had that, okay. So have to be number 3.
You know, number 3, number 6
Can count,
comes
can
in a
count,
row.
that's cool. Okay.
Number 7 for our community development statement, and that, I'm probably breaking my own rule about debate on that, but AEDC has stepped up to make comments on their ability to take that task over with no increase to the budget, so.
Except for the reduction to their AWU's contribution to AEDC.
That's apparently been fixed as well,
Oh, good.
so
Not
we'll,
for 2012.
we'll find
No.
out.
Oh, not for 2012?
No, I mean, the AWWU contribution. Oh, unless you have an amendment for that.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay, so. In play, sorry. Got it.
How do you know?
Just guessing.
I thought it was already in there.
Well, but there's the municipal enterprise committee's reductions that they AWW identified, but you're absolutely right that that has not been acted on.
I think they took it out of there, and they're going ahead, and part of the discussion with POP was to leave the AWU contribution in there and do that.
But that was not a conversation with AWU.
No, it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right, there's moving parts.
so just
So
food
we're
for
gonna
thought.
leave the official.
What number are we on, 7?
We've completed 7.
8,
8 is Assembly Ombudsman.
yes. So back to the funding source on 8. Now, where does that money come from best?
Prospective or retrospective direction?
You're.
Is that the
well,
ombudsman's?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
like I was
7,000 bucks.
saying.
I understand,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think it's right, a comment, but
So if you want to call it fund balance, then that's what it's going to be at the end of the year. At December 31st, it'll be in fund balance, what's ever left over.
yeah, we
So-
don't know that tonight we move these amendments, so for
Well, I think we could comfortably say that.
uniformity, we put property taxes on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi,
Hey, Bill? Sorry I'm late.
sorry, you're almost missed out on everything.
And I have a comment.
Yeah,
Okay, I think we can safely say that that amount of money can come out of fund balance without causing any issues with the 8.25% or the 3%. Absolutely not. I don't think we should call it taxes. I mean, it's all tax dollars, but I think we can
No,
safely
just
call that
I
a
think
fund
it's just
balance
the same.
revenue, a fund balance revenue source.
Yeah.
And to call it taxes, to me, is not a good idea, and maybe a little bit inappropriate considering that it's not gonna be an issue.
number 9, LB, on your,
I didn't number them, which one is that?
that's your last one that we're under consideration with the public transportation
Right,
one.
I'm gonna rework that.
Just placehold it then, Barbara, for now, so call it number 9.
What are you reworking, Ellie? Are you not sure about the amount?
I just may change the whole,
Oh,
the whole idea of what we're gonna do for transportation.
Okay.
So I need to,
Is that the idea that they get a dedicated bus maybe or something, LB? Is that kind of
Well,
where your mind's going?
no, not
Okay.
at all, no. And I'm not trying to be secret here, by
No.
no means, but shoot, I was getting ready for work this morning when we were dealing with this. So just give me some time.
I understand.
And
Well,
I'll shoot some stuff tonight to you and Barbara.
Yeah, we're not to debate, and then, so that's number 9?
And the last one I hear is just Jennifer's placeholder with
And
this one.
she can tell us that some other time.
Hello, Adam.
And Bill, I did chat.
That doesn't need to be an amendment, Barbara, there's nothing in there of substance,
Okay.
it just basically says that she's not ready to put anything in front of us yet. So I don't need that uploaded.
Okay, oh, no, I was going to upload that to the website.
And I did chat with Paul, and he was still looking at an amendment, but it's been covered with amendments that are already made. So he said as long as that's done, he doesn't.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm not going to have any. What we wanted to talk about is Friday's suggestion on what we need to do. I'm not sure we need another work session. So my mindset is to cancel Friday's work session. I don't have a whole lot of
I know we can't
requests.
vote on very much, but.
I had one request on some investigation on traffic and transit. I went to the BAC for that. They gave me their answer on some transit labor. Other than that, I don't have a lot of outstanding. I have 0 outstanding questions, which is different than last year. We had a few outstanding questions. Shirley, you don't have anything outstanding direct from members, do you? And there's no reason, I asked you not to present on Friday, so you don't have anything really to cover.
It's your work session.
So my idea would be, as long as we can get these in front of the members in some sort of draft form, so they know what's coming between now and Tuesday, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
So
Chair's good with that too.
it's canceled, but
Okay.
any reason why we shouldn't have them? We got ASD and
So you might actually positively impact my private sector productivity.
you might have, you're trying to avoid that, something to do. And then I think the idea was that Jennifer's still got some stuff to talk about, but I don't think she's gonna be ready by Friday either for the enterprise stuff that's happening, work session tomorrow on their behalf and some organizational stuff. In terms of an S version, I don't think so.
That remains pretty clear.
Let it go. The amendments, can that come out of the administration at all? Do you have anything you forgot?
Well, there's about 200,000 that's needed for the museum contract and the Performing Arts Center contract they didn't get submitted to OMB while we were developing the budget.
Could you
So they
maybe
were
put them on a form like this?
Sure.
And then,
Yeah,
that'll
yeah.
go to as
Yep,
part of the
yep.
upload package.
So why
Yeah.
don't you do 10, is that operating?
Yes.
So,
Are they combined into one, or are they each?
They both go to the manager's office, so I assume you,
That's
shoot them
your
to Barbara
call.
by 3 o'clock
Oh, yeah,
today, would
yeah,
you?
well, I'll
It can be one,
yeah.
yeah.
Put them into Barbara by 3 if you don't mind.
Well, I think just from a procedural perspective, we probably want to do them as two different ones, because
I
they don't.
agree
Yeah, I'm
with you.
kind of thinking that too.
Okay.
It's,
I would do 2. Number 10 and number 11.
Okay, so 10 is museum,
Not that I foresee a big
and
problem.
11 is a
Well, it's
pack.
one organization that is going
In
through the
budget.
manager's office, so not two different organizations or departments. That's why I said one would be just fine, but I don't care what you
Appropriate
do.
at department level.
Yeah, that's the plan.
The other thing in front of us is the 6-year fiscal model. And I had gotten some responses back from Lucinda, which I'll send out via Barbara, on my concerns about the debt service language inside the report. I'm not going to propose that we rewrite the language in there, but the common reader, when you look at the 6-year fiscal plan, the debt service doesn't jive with the policy that the administration has said in public about only retiring what we, or reissuing what we retire. And in theory, it would mean that the debt service doesn't go up, but debt service goes up even under that model. So our debt service expense goes up proportionally. And I'll give you the information that Lucinda gave to me on the debt service forecast as well. So my feeling is that that number is as important to how much overall debt we have as how much does it cost us to service our debt. And what is it this year, 52 million? Do you know?
That's about right.
52 million up from 46 million last year. Some of it due to refunding, but also some of it just due to cost of money. That's not a small number. So that's only my comment. So I think we're done. Anything to add, Adam?
Okay, great.
Yeah,